Title: The Revenue Machine That Never Sleeps. How Salesforce's Sales Cloud Reveals the Hidden Blueprint for Predictable Growth. While you sleep, a system is working. It is qualifying leads, sending follow-up emails, updating deal probabilities, and alerting your team about hot prospects ready to buy. When you wake up, you do not wonder if money will come in this month. You know exactly how much, from whom, and when. This is not fantasy. This is what happens when you understand the hidden architecture of predictable revenue. Welcome to the world of Sales Cloud, where chaos becomes cash flow and uncertainty transforms into systematic growth. But here is what most people miss. The same principles that power billion-dollar sales organizations can work for a solo entrepreneur, a side hustle, or anyone trying to turn ideas into income. The question is not whether you have a sales team. Key is whether you understand how to build a machine that converts strangers into customers predictably and repeatedly. What Sales Cloud is? Sales Cloud is customer relationship management software designed to automate, track, and optimize the entire sales process. At its core, it is a digital brain that remembers every interaction with every prospect, predicts which deals will close, and guides salespeople toward the actions most likely to generate revenue. Think of Sales Cloud as mission control for revenue generation. It centralizes contact information, tracks communication history, scores lead quality, manages sales pipelines, automates repetitive tasks, forecasts future sales, and provides analytics that reveal what is working and what is not. Major platforms integrate with marketing tools, customer service systems, and business applications to create a complete view of each customer relationship. But Sales Cloud represents more than software. Tier embodies a philosophy. Instead of hoping for sales, it creates systems that manufacture them. Instead of relying on individual talent, it builds repeatable processes that scale. Instead of accepting unpredictable revenue, it engineers predictable growth through data, automation, and optimization. Why Sales Cloud matters for idea generation. For entrepreneurs, unemployed individuals building side projects, underemployed people seeking additional income, and anyone on Social Security looking to create financial stability, Sales Cloud teaches crucial lessons that extend far beyond enterprise software. First, it proves the power of systems over sporadic effort. Sales Cloud succeeds because it turns sales from an art into a science. Every interaction is recorded, every outcome is measured, and every process is refined based on evidence rather than intuition. This systematic approach can be applied to any venture, from freelance services to product businesses to consulting practices. Second, it demonstrates how to create predictable outcomes from unpredictable human behavior. Prospects may be inconsistent, but Sales Cloud creates consistent processes that work regardless of individual quirks. By standardizing approaches and automating follow-ups, it ensures nothing falls through the cracks and every opportunity receives proper attention. Third, it shows how small improvements compound into significant results. Sales Cloud tracks conversion rates at every stage and identifies bottlenecks that, when fixed, improve overall performance. A 5% improvement in lead response time or a 10% increase in follow-up consistency can dramatically impact revenue over time. Fourth, it reveals the importance of being the system, not just using systems. Sales Cloud does not just track sales. It shapes behavior, guides decisions, and creates accountability. Understanding this principle helps you design processes that naturally lead to the outcomes you want, rather than hoping motivation alone will carry you through. Comparing Sales Cloud approaches across the market, Examining how different companies approach sales automation reveals important lessons for building any kind of systematic venture. Sales Cloud versus traditional CRM giants. Established players like Microsoft Dynamics and Oracle 110 focus on comprehensive integration with existing enterprise systems. They emphasize data governance, complex workflow automation, and deep customization for large organizations with sophisticated needs. The lesson for individual entrepreneurs. Sometimes comprehensive solutions matter more than flashy features. If you are building something that businesses will depend on, depth and reliability often trump novelty and ease of adoption. Sales Cloud versus nimble sales tools. Newer companies like HubSpot, Pipedrive, and Close focus on simplicity and quick adoption. They prioritize user experience, affordable pricing, and rapid deployment over complex enterprise features. The lesson: reducing friction to adoption can be more valuable than adding powerful features. Many successful small businesses start with simple tools and graduate to more sophisticated systems as they grow. Sales Cloud versus all-in-one growth platforms. Some providers combine sales automation with marketing, customer service, and analytics in integrated platforms. They promise unified data and seamless handoffs between functions. The lesson: thinking about the complete customer journey from awareness to advocacy often matters more than optim. Part 2. Principles 4 through 6. Building systems that scale and sustain. Bridge from Part 1. In Part 1, we explored how Sales Cloud transforms revenue generation from guesswork into systematic predictability. We discovered the first 3 principles: making customer journeys visible, automating routine work to multiply human effort, and creating clear ownership with simple accountability. These foundations set the stage for more sophisticated strategies that separate sustainable businesses from fleeting ventures. Now we dive deeper into principles that address the most challenging aspects of building lasting revenue systems. Creating processes that improve over time, designing offerings that customers cannot easily abandon, and building competitive advantages that compound rather than erode. Principle 4. Design self-improving processes through data feedback, explanation. Sales Cloud platforms excel because they capture data from every interaction and use that information to refine performance continuously. When a salesperson sends an email, the system tracks open rates, response rates, and conversion outcomes. When a deal progresses through stages, the platform measures time spent at each phase and identifies patterns that predict success or failure. This creates a learning loop. Data reveals what works, teams adjust their approach, new data validates or contradicts the changes, and the cycle continues. Over time, this produces increasingly effective sales processes that outperform competitors who rely on intuition or static procedures. For entrepreneurs and small business builders, this principle means designing feedback mechanisms that help your venture get smarter about what creates value for customers and what generates sustainable revenue. 3 common mistakes companies make. First mistake: collecting data without analyzing patterns. Many businesses track metrics, but never synthesize the information into actionable insights. They measure website traffic, email open rates, or social media engagement without connecting these metrics to actual revenue outcomes or customer satisfaction. Second mistake: optimizing for short-term metrics that harm long-term performance. Teams may focus on improving immediate conversion rates through aggressive tactics that damage customer relationships or brand perception. Sales Cloud systems often reveal that high-pressure approaches generate quick wins but reduce customer lifetime value. Third mistake: changing to many variables simultaneously. When businesses try to improve multiple aspects of their process at once, they cannot determine which changes drove specific outcomes. This makes it impossible to learn from successes or failures and leads to repeated mistakes. Lessons learned. Lesson 1. Connect leading indicators to lagging outcomes. Track metrics that predict future results, not just measure past performance. For a freelance consultant, this might mean monitoring inquiry response time and proposal quality scores, rather than just completed projects. For a product business, it could mean measuring customer engagement patterns that predict repeat purchases. Lesson 2. Implement systematic testing of key processes. Choose one element of your customer journey to improve each month. Test different approaches with similar customer segments and measure results consistently. Document what works and why, creating a knowledge base that guides future decisions. Lesson 3. Build customer feedback directly into your operations. Sales Cloud platforms often integrate customer satisfaction surveys and usage analytics into sales processes. Create simple ways for customers to tell you what is working and what is not, then adjust your approach based on their responses rather than your assumptions. Comparison with other companies. Netflix exemplifies data-driven improvement through systematic testing of content recommendations, user interface elements, and engagement features. Their platform continuously learns from user behavior to improve retention and satisfaction. Traditional retail businesses often struggle with this approach because they lack integrated systems for capturing and analyzing customer interaction data across touchpoints. However, successful retailers like Target have invested heavily in analytics that reveal customer lifecycle patterns and optimize marketing accordingly. Amazon represents the gold standard for self-improving systems, using customer behavior data to refine everything from product recommendations to delivery logistics. Their approach demonstrates how data feedback can create competitive advantages that compound over time. Principle 5. Create high switching costs through integration and habit formation. Explanation. Sales Cloud platforms become more valuable and harder to replace as organizations integrate them deeper into their operations. Customer data, automated workflows, reporting systems, and team habits all become interconnected with the platform. Switching to an alternative requires not just migrating data, but rebuilding processes, retraining staff, and potentially losing years of accumulated optimization. This stickiness emerges from multiple factors: technical integration with other business systems, customized workflows that match specific organizational needs, accumulated data that has value only within the platform context, and team expertise that develops around platform-specific features and capabilities. For individual entrepreneurs and small ventures, this principle means designing services and products that become more valuable to customers the longer they use them, and more difficult to replace without significant cost or disruption. 3 common mistakes companies make. First mistake: building products that provide all their value upfront. Some businesses create offerings that deliver their full benefit immediately, leaving no reason for customers to continue the relationship. A website design service that hands over completed sites with no ongoing support exemplifies this pattern. Second mistake: making. Part 3 principles. 7 and 8. Advanced integration and long-term competitive advantage bridge from earlier parts. We have explored 6 powerful principles from Sales Cloud that transform how you think about building predictable, sustainable ventures. From making customer journeys visible to creating self-improving processes and high switching costs, these concepts provide a foundation for systematic growth. And now we'll complete the framework with 2 advanced principles that separate temporary successes from enduring competitive advantages. These final concepts address how to create compound value through strategic partnerships and how to design offerings that become more powerful as they scale. Principle 7. Build ecosystem value through strategic integration. Explanation. Sales Cloud platforms maximize their impact by integrating seamlessly with marketing automation tools, customer service systems, accounting software, analytics platforms, and industry-specific applications. This ecosystem approach creates compound value where the whole becomes greater than the sum of its parts. When a marketing platform feeds qualified leads directly into Sales Cloud, when customer service interactions appear automatically in sales records, and when financial data flows between systems without manual intervention, customers experience dramatically improved efficiency and insight. Each additional integration increases the platform's stickiness and value while raising the cost of switching to alternatives. For entrepreneurs and small business builders, this principle means thinking beyond your core offering to identify complementary services, tools, or partners that could enhance customer value and create mutually beneficial relationships. 3 common mistakes companies make. First mistake: trying to build everything internally rather than partnering strategically. Some businesses attempt to recreate all adjacent services themselves, rather than integrating with existing solutions. This dilutes focus, increases development costs, and often results in inferior features compared to specialized providers. Second mistake: creating integration partnerships without ensuring mutual value. Teams may pursue partnerships because they seem logical, rather than because they create genuine value for customers or sustainable benefits for both parties. These relationships often fail because neither side has strong incentives to maintain them. Third mistake: designing systems that make integration difficult or expensive. Poor API design, incompatible data formats, or inflexible architectures prevent ecosystem development and limit the compound value that could be created through strategic partnerships. Lessons learned. Lesson 1. Map the ecosystem around your core value proposition. Identify what tools, services, or processes customers typically use before, during, and after engaging with your offering. Look for integration opportunities that would reduce friction, increase convenience, or provide additional insights. For a business consultant, this might mean partnering with accounting firms for financial analysis, marketing agencies for implementation support, or software vendors for technology recommendations. Each partnership should enhance the core consulting value while creating referral opportunities. Lesson 2. Design for composability from the beginning. Build your service so it can easily connect with other tools and platforms. This might mean using standard data formats, providing simple integration methods, or partnering with existing platforms rather than building proprietary systems. A freelance graphic designer might use design tools that integrate with client project management systems, create deliverables in formats that work seamlessly with client workflows, or partner with copywriters and developers to offer complete solutions. Lesson 3. Cultivate partnerships that enhance customer success rather than just generate referrals. The most successful ecosystem relationships create genuine value for customers rather than just serving as lead generation mechanisms. Focus on partnerships where collaboration improves customer outcomes and both parties have incentives to maintain quality. Comparison with other companies. Apple exemplifies ecosystem integration through seamless connections between devices, services, and third-party applications. Their platform becomes more valuable as customers adopt additional Apple products and services, creating strong switching costs and customer loyalty. Microsoft has successfully transitioned from selling individual software products to providing integrated cloud platforms where productivity tools, development environments, and business applications work together seamlessly. This ecosystem approach has driven their cloud business growth and increased customer retention. Traditional service businesses often struggle with ecosystem thinking because they focus on delivering their specific expertise rather than considering the broader context of customer needs. However, successful consulting firms have built networks of trusted partners that can address adjacent customer requirements while maintaining relationships. Principle 8. Create network effects that increase value. With scale explanation, the most sophisticated Sales Cloud implementations become more valuable as more users, data, and integrations join the system. Team collaboration improves when everyone uses the same platform. Predictive analytics become more accurate with larger datasets, and automation becomes more effective as the system learns from more interactions. This represents the ultimate competitive advantage. A service that becomes better for existing customers as it grows, creating a virtuous cycle where growth attracts more growth. Network effects can emerge from direct user interactions, data aggregation benefits, ecosystem development, or community formation around shared tools and practices. For individual entrepreneurs, this principle means designing offerings that create value through connections, shared learning, or collective benefits rather than just individual transactions. 3 common mistakes companies make. First mistake: assuming network effects will emerge automatically from user growth. Simply having